Today on an all-new Dr. Phil.
In the beginning of our relationship, Colin was extremely affectionate, very lovey-dovey. Within 5 to 6 months, Colin got physical with me.
Toxic love.
You call her names. What do you call her?
Slut. I mean, just about anything under the sun.
Has he taken your phone, broken it, kept you from getting in contact with anybody else?
Yes.
Has he choked you?
Yes.
Has he dragged you by the hair?
Yes.
Have you shoved her?
Yeah.
He's never beat me or anything like that.
How is this okay with you? Let's do it.
Good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. Let's count you down.
Today's going to be a changing day in your life.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. Jennifer says her best friend, Heather, is stuck in a horribly toxic relationship with her boyfriend, Colin. She says for years she has watched Heather suffer and has listened to her complain about Colin, yet she refuses to leave him. Now, on the drive to Los Angeles to come see me, Jennifer actually got to witness their relationship firsthand. Take a look.
Shut up! We're not doing this.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut the now! I'm tired of listening to you yell at me! Shut the up!
And do what I asked you to do.
And that was only 10 seconds of their 27-hour road trip. Jennifer says she fears their relationship is just a ticking time bomb ready to explode at any second if things don't change today.
Look at my
My best friend Heather is in one of the most toxic relationships I've ever witnessed in my entire life. My fear is Heather will be leaving this relationship in a body bag. That's why I wrote to the show.
I just started this job and you're already with my head!
When Heather first told me that Colin was abusive, I did tell her to leave immediately. Oftentimes when Heather and I would be on the phone, he would hit her, I would hear screaming.
Shut the up! Shut up!
He's locked her in the house after he's abused her. He's taken her keys from her so she wasn't able to leave. Colin has done absolutely everything but shoot Heather. He's damaged literally everything. Her car, the entire apartment. He's ripped things off the hinges. Colin does constantly accuse Heather of cheating. He will go through her phone, her closet, he'll show up at her house. He doesn't let her have social media. Heather will sit there and tell you that Colin's a good guy at heart. She says he's too obsessed with her to kill her. Heather hit her breaking point last April as things got extremely violent and he was choking her and she had actually moved out.
So this how you go do me? Really? I get home to this?
Colin constantly tells Heather that no one else will ever love her, and Heather truly does believe him. I think that Dr. Phil needs to give her that wake-up call that saves her life. My biggest fear at this point is when I will bury my best friend.
Well, Jennifer says she fears the only way her friend Heather is leaving her relationship is in a body bag. But she says Heather is too naive and thinks Colin is, quote, too obsessed with her to kill her.
In the beginning of our relationship, Colin was extremely affectionate. I love you. Very lovey-dovey. Within 5 to 6 months, Colin got physical with me. The first thing was in the car. He was speeding like crazy, weaving in and out of the road.
I wanted to get out. He wouldn't stop the car, so he grabbed my face and bit it right here.
You're already with my head!
He has choked me, grabbed me by my hair, dragged me on the floor, threw me against the wall. One time during a fight, he ripped my clothes and tried to take my phone from me. I got away and got in the car.
Tried to drive off. He blocked me. My car wouldn't let me get through. Came over to the driver's side and punched his mirror. Completely shattered the mirror.
dirty bitch!
When we have tried to talk about incidents where he's been violent with me, he doesn't admit to a lot of it. The closest thing he'll say is, it was your fault because you did this. The worst night that I remember with Colin was he came home drunk and he wanted to get intimate. I didn't want to, so he choked me and started yelling at me. He stripped me naked, made fun of how I looked, and poured water on me over and over again, and then made me clean it up. When Colin gets angry, he screams at the top of his lungs. He sounds like a monster.
So this how you gonna f***ing do me? I get home to this? Look at my f***ing house!
He tells me that nobody's ever gonna want me. Colin has threatened me that if he ever caught me cheating, he would kill me and that other person.
Spread the word back to her. One of y'all come over here again, knock on my door, you ain't gonna be leaving, I promise you that.
When I think of abusive, I think of somebody who beats on you, and Colin has never beat me, kicked me, or punched me. I really want people to know that he is not this monster bad person.
Are you concerned about this relationship?
Yes.
Are you afraid for your safety? Are you afraid for your life?
It's more everybody else that's worried about my safety for my life. I only worry during certain situations.
Okay, it's only other people that are worried about your life.
Yeah.
Isn't it everybody else that knows anything about this relationship is concerned about your life?
Yes.
So everybody else that knows about this is concerned about your life more so than you.
Yes.
Okay. Is that because they're wrong or because you're being naive?
I just think they only focus on the really bad and just think the absolute worst.
Right. Because there are good times, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when it's good, it's good. True?
Yeah.
But when it's bad, how bad does it get?
It can get pretty bad.
Yeah. And if during those bad times he were to kill you or seriously injure you, would it matter how good the good times were?
No.
You said, and I quote, "He's too obsessed with me to kill me." What do you mean by that?
I just think he loves me too much that he'd actually do anything really bad to me. He's never beat me or anything like that.
And what do you call bad?
He's never beat me up, punched me, kicked me, anything like that.
Uh-huh. Has he choked you?
Yes.
Does he call you horrible and disgusting names?
Yes.
Has he taken your phone, broken it, kept you from getting in contact with anybody else?
Yes.
Has he kept you from leaving when you wanted to leave?
Yes.
Has he dragged you by the hair?
Yes.
Has he gotten so mad that he's ripped your clothes off of you?
Yes.
Bitten you in the face?
Yes.
Stripped you naked and poured water all over you? Humiliated you and then made you clean it up?
Yes.
Has he torn up your things? Torn up your place where you live?
Yeah.
Damaged your car?
Yeah.
Destroyed a big screen television?
Yes.
But other than that, it's gone pretty well.
We have good moments.
How is this okay with you?
He feels like he's here because he's a celebrity. I said he's a woman abuser, and she said he's not a woman abuser. I'm like, then why are we here?
And later, you say you've put your hands around her neck, but that you didn't squeeze.
Yeah.
You've pushed her a couple of times, and you call her names. What do you call her?
Just about anything under the sun.
How is that okay with you? How is this okay with you?
It's not. I just feel bad. I feel like he's angry and then he just can't control it because of things that have happened in his life.
I'm sure that's true. Well, it wasn't you that wrote in and asked for help, right?
Right.
It was Jennifer.
Correct.
And she witnessed a lot on the drive out here. Jennifer, you've been listening to my conversation with Heather. What do you think about what she's saying?
Very raw. Like, it's very eye-opening for me that someone would stay in a relationship like that.
Has he forced you to have sex when you didn't want to?
No.
Says she told you differently?
We did have a discussion about that, to where I misunderstood. I thought he had forced her to have sex with him, but on several occasions he's wanted to have sex with her, and she's chosen not to have sex with him, and that's made him irate.
Uh-huh. Now, has he stolen your clothing, including your underwear, because he thought it was too sexy and didn't want you to have it?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Does he sit outside her work and watch her?
Yes, he does.
Is that what you mean by he's obsessed with you?
I probably shouldn't have used the word obsessed. I just meant to say, like, he loves me a lot.
Uh-huh. He told us that he doesn't love you, not like he used to.
I know that. He's told me that.
What's he say?
I don't love you like I used to. I don't feel the same. I don't look at you the same.
But yet you're willing to continue to subject yourself to this kind of abuse.
I separated myself from the situation. I moved out, and anytime he gets angry, I separate myself from the situation and leave.
But you're still in the situation. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm concerned. I mean, I'm concerned about your well-being. Seriously concerned about your well-being. I'm concerned about your safety. All of the earmarks are here, and I'm very concerned about it. He has said he even blacks out sometimes and doesn't know what he does. And Jennifer, you say she has an excuse for everything he does.
Absolutely.
She trivializes, minimizes, and excuses everything he does.
When I had a discussion with her about how things were going in the hair and makeup room between Colin and I explained to her that he feels like he's here because he's a celebrity, not because of the situation. And I said, he's a woman abuser. And she said, he's not a woman abuser. I'm like, then why are we here? He's a woman abuser. And she doesn't believe that he's a woman abuser because he hasn't hit her in the face. And I don't think she understands nor believes the severity of what's actually happening. And I did write this show because I'm that friend on the outside that everybody says, she has to want to leave, Jennifer, she has to want to leave. Like, no, there is more things you can do. And that's why I wanted to come here for people like her and me, like the ones on the outside that don't know what to do. But there is an excuse for everything. And there's a reason she believes this is what she deserves.
You said he thought he was here for what?
Like, it's almost like he's like loving the attention and he thinks he's like a celebrity. We're not here because he's a woman abuser.
He's here because he's a celebrity?
That's how he's portraying himself. Like, if I was somebody that was abusing someone else and I'm getting my hair and makeup done and I'm talking to staff, I would be very, it'd be hard to look at you. It'd be hard to have any kind of pride in myself. And he's just like...
Strutting.
Yeah. Absolutely. Like, that's like, we're not here because things are as bad as what it is. But I think she's understanding a lot of it, but she doesn't truly believe because she thinks this is normal and she thinks this is what she deserves.
Well, on a 1 to 10, with 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest, where would you place your self-esteem?
4.
So what would be a 10 for you? If it was a 10, would you put up with this kind of behavior?
I don't know. Maybe not.
Do you think you deserve to be yelled at?
No.
Called names?
Not all the time, no.
But some of the time. You think some of the time.
When I've, if I've ever instigated it, whenever I've instigated it, or I have, started the fight, or I was mean to him first, then yes.
Uh-huh. And do you instigate it some?
Yes, I have.
You push his buttons?
I have.
You know what'll rile him up, and sometimes you do that?
I have.
Because he's not paying attention to you?
It kind of just depended, but I mean, yeah, there were times where, yeah.
Okay. Well, Colin says Heather isn't innocent in all of this, and people need to know what a monster Heather really is. And he's here to set that record straight because he wants people to know that she is responsible for a lot of what's going on here. So we'll meet him after the break.
Heather constantly pokes me until I explode.
You've been so You've done nothing. No, I'm not.
She used to put her hands on me, closed fists, open hands. I put my hands around her throat. I didn't squeeze, but part of me wanted to.
Colin has followed me and stalked me multiple times. One time, I was staying at my friend's alone, and I got drunk listening to breakup music and woke up to just a black figure outline of somebody standing over me. So at first, I panicked and was freaking out until I realized who it was. Colin told me that he'd been watching me through the window for hours. When Colin stalks me, it's because he's paranoid and he's trying to catch me cheating on him.
Well, Colin says Heather pushes him to his limits and claims it's Heather who's gotten physical with him. He says his gut tells him Heather isn't honest and does things on purpose just to get a rise out of him.
My relationship with Heather is definitely hanging on by a tiny thread. It's chaotic, full of tension and stress. Always wondering when the next blow up or fight's gonna be.
One thing you can't even do.
For you!
No, you don't want to
I don't give a what you want.
When Heather talks to me, it's just a real stern, snappy, full of attitude kind of tone. Heather pushes my buttons by wanting things done her way. Heather constantly pokes me until I explode. Makes me feel panicky, angry, mad.
You've been so You've done nothing. No, I'm not. I am done with you literally sitting on your ass doing nothing.
Absolutely feel like she's keeping secrets from me. Honestly, yeah, I do think she has cheated on me, but she knows if I find out, she'll never see me again. Things have definitely gotten physical over the years. She used to put her hands on me, closed fists, open hands, face. I've gotten physical with her. I put my hands around her throat. I didn't squeeze, but I remember thinking back on it, like a part of me wanted to. There has been so many occasions where I've been just emotional, crying, screaming to her, please just stop, and she won't.
Hate you for doing the I'm trying to work. I just started this job and you're already with my head.
I've never threatened to kill Heather. I've said before that I'd rather kill myself than her. When I get angry, sometimes I think I do black out, but other times I do remember. And I always apologize. I don't think I'm in love with Heather like I used to be. Sometimes I do feel like I want to leave her. It's just as hard because I can't picture myself with someone else. And I damn sure can't picture her with anyone else.
You don't love her the way you used to.
No, not necessarily, no.
Yeah.
Just not in love. There's loving someone, I think, and then there's being in love with someone.
Yeah. But it's kind of on the downside?
I'd say so.
Okay. And you've thought about leaving her. It's just you have a hard time picturing it, but you don't really love her like you used to.
Not as deeply. We've been through a lot.
Yeah. And You say you have old school values where women show respect.
Yeah.
And you think she doesn't show respect sometimes because she will prod you and provoke you.
It's just more even in like a public place or around anyone, just the way like she would talk to me or treat me and not really care who's around or who hears it. I think there's a time and a place for that and a time not for that.
You acknowledge that sometimes you black out, so you don't know exactly what you do when you get so angry you black out.
There's been some times, yeah, I can't 100% say what happened.
You say you've put your hands around her neck, but that you didn't squeeze.
Yeah.
Have you shoved her?
Yeah.
And you say a lot of this has been just you defending yourself.
It starts that way.
Because she'll attack you. You said she would get physical during the fights, hitting and punching you, and you never struck back, but then things changed and something snapped. And you say you admit to getting physical with her. You put your hands around her neck twice. You've pushed her a couple of times. And you call her names. What do you call her?
Bitch, whore, slut. I mean, just about anything under the sun.
How is that okay with you?
It's not.
I mean, just the things that he admits to, putting his hands on you in anger, calling you vile names, all of this. Mm-hmm. Why would anyone want to be in a relationship like that?
Because it's not like that all the time. And I know that deep down he is a good person. I just think he has a lot of issues to heal from.
The last things that she's said to us was she wanted to be careful what she said because she didn't want it to come across like you were some kind of a monster. And she didn't want to say bad things about you because of how you would react and what would happen when y'all left here.
Kind of is what it is. I mean, we wouldn't be here if one of us or either both of us was a monster at some point.
Uh-huh. Have you destroyed her property?
I've destroyed lots of things of hers.
Yeah. And what gives you the right to do that?
There is no right.
Well, obviously there is. What do you say to yourself when you break her phone or her television or take her clothes because they're too sexy and you don't want her wearing them? What entitles you to do that?
There's different reasonings behind it. I mean, TV means I got to go buy a new one. I mean, when it's her things, I mean, there's still things I need to replace of hers that I haven't.
But what do you say to yourself at the time that gives you the right to do it?
I don't think about it. I'm just angry.
And you can't control it?
In the moment, no, it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah.
Or else, I mean, I'd stop myself and not do it. But time and time again, that proves otherwise.
Right. You have a gun?
Yeah.
Handgun?
Yeah.
Why do you have that?
It's a hobby.
Yeah. Given that you have blackout anger, and this situation is so volatile, do you think that's a good idea?
I would never get it for something like that. It's not what it's for.
Well, I know nobody ever plans to
Yeah, I'm sure, yeah.
keep a gun around just in case I want to shoot my girlfriend. But when you go into a rage, a blind rage and blackout anger, and a handgun is handy, that's when things happen that go bad sometimes. I just wonder if that's good environmental planning. Have you ripped her clothes off of her before?
I've tore a
and
shirt or
poured
two
water
of her
on her?
off. Yeah, I think so, yeah.
What was the thinking there?
I don't even remember what was happening or what the occasion was, like what led up to it.
Heather tells us what happened 9 months ago that left her so shaken she moved out of their apartment. And Colin is going to talk about the fact that this is a two-way street, because he says she certainly knows how to push his buttons and provoke him. We'll be right back.
He came home, accused me of cheating, and threw me against the wall and choked me and said he was going to kill me.
I never hit her. I just spun her to the floor by the shoulders.
The way he looked in his eyes and what he said, I was terrified. Colin's rules are I can't have any guy friends, I can't have any social media, can't have all blonde hair, but I got the streak in anyways. No cleavage or V-neck, no short dresses, and absolutely no thongs unless it's around him. And no selfies because he doesn't want anybody else looking at me.
She loves to flaunt herself, put herself out there, especially in public. If she's mine or wants to be my wife, why would she want to act like that?
All these rules are really exhausting. I'm tired of being controlled and feeling like I can't live my life and I have no freedom. And if it doesn't change, I'm out.
Heather says she thought she had hit her breaking point 9 months ago when Colin put his hands on her throat and smashed her phone when she tried to call the police. She says she was so shaken up that she moved out of their shared apartment the very next day.
In April of last year, I thought it was my breaking point.
One night I came home, was a little late.
I was ready to be done.
I was angry. I wanted to be left alone. Heather was mad. She was yelling and cursing at me, telling me to get my and get out.
We broke up. I moved out and got my own place. He came home, accused me of cheating and talking to somebody behind his back, and threw me against the wall and choked me and said he was going to kill me.
I never hit her. I just spun her to the floor by the shoulders, and I called her heartless, and I left.
With the way he looked in his eyes and what he said, I was terrified and I wanted to get out of there.
I returned home the next day.
I get home to this. Look at my house.
She'd already been there and emptied out the entire apartment. She was gone.
Even after everything, I still can't seem to let go of Colin and move on.
She's always wanting me to come stay with her. I think she wants back what we had just as much as I do.
But I am keeping it from my family and some friends because I'm not proud of it.
Her family has no idea how much of a bully and monster she can be.
She's talking about clearly what you expect her to do and how you expect her to conduct herself. And when she violates those expectancies, then you get upset.
No, it's not at all like that.
What is it?
It's like anybody else. You say, hey, well, what are you doing, or what are you up to? Oh, I'm here doing this, or I'm hanging out with these people, or something like that. And it's the same the other way around. She'd get a hold of me, and it's the same thing, you know, just want to know who you're with, what you're doing kind of thing. It's not every 5 seconds like I have to know, need to know, and it's not the whole, oh, you're not walking out of the house with that on, or the type of underwear or something like that. It's not that drastic.
You say she provokes you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Pushes your button and does it on purpose.
I think so sometimes.
Well, she admitted to me that she does it on purpose.
Well, then, yeah.
What does she do?
Just says certain things that she knows really upsets me.
Give me an example.
Calls me a lowlife piece of or something, or worthless, or something along those lines, or I'm, you know, something along with my family or something like that. Just things that she knows bothers me, like, to the core.
Just demeans you.
Demeaning, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And you demean her.
Yeah, I guess so. I do.
Well, you guess so. You gave us a list of names you call her. That's pretty demeaning.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything that would demean someone more. And why do you provoke him? Jennifer, you say that he has stolen Heather's underwear if he thinks it's too sexy.
Absolutely. I'll go through her things and get rid of things that she might wear for somebody else.
You haven't
That's
done that?
That's a damn lie.
Why do you provoke him that way?
I have out of anger when I was just mad. There were times where it was for no reason I shouldn't have.
Yeah. But you did, so why did you do it?
A lot of it was within the first year and a half of our relationship. At the time, I didn't know why I felt angry all the time, but I did take it out on him, even when he did nothing wrong. But I did go to therapy and found out my reason that I was like that. I had a lot that had gone on within a year before Colin. I just took everything out on him.
Uh-huh. And do you feel controlled by him? You talked about, social media and no selfies, and you can't wear certain clothing and all of that. Do you feel controlled, or is that okay with you?
No, I feel controlled.
And Jennifer, you say that he has stolen Heather's clothing, in particular her underwear, if he thinks it's too sexy.
Absolutely. She said that the reason why she won't leave him alone in her apartment is because he'll go through her things and get rid of things that she might wear for somebody else.
Yeah. Is that true?
Yeah.
No.
Is that true?
Nope.
That's a lie. You haven't done that?
That's a damn lie.
Yeah. Has Heather cheated on you?
I think so, but I'm not sure. I don't have any proof, like hard evidence.
But you think she has?
I got reason to believe that she has, yeah.
Yeah. And is that a deal breaker?
If it was true, yeah.
Uh-huh. Have you cheated on him?
No.
Is that part of the reason you withdrawn your emotions from her?
Yeah.
Because you don't think you can trust her?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can't trust her, why are you still with her?
I did at one point trust her more than I had previously trusted anyone before.
Uh-huh. Do you think your anger and the way you react and behave in this relationship is normal, or do you think it's abnormal?
Abnormal.
And why do you think you're that way? What's happened to you in your life that makes you that way?
I've been lied to, left hung out to dry, cheated on, just made a fool of.
And so you've got this rage inside because of that.
Some of the things that we've been going through, yeah, I think so.
And you're venting that in the current relationship.
Yeah.
Because I've seen it, and it seems like a lot of anger and a lot of pain on your part. What happened Thanksgiving of 2016?
He was speeding, and I wanted to get out of the car, and we're screaming at each other, and he grabbed my face, and he bit it.
Are you in a family dispute that you can just no longer stay quiet about? Have you found out about a shocking secret, betrayal, or affair that has turned your world upside down? If you want my help to get through this, then I want to hear from you. Log on to drphil.com, email your story. Let me see if I can help. Hey everyone, season 19 is underway.
If you never made it to Hollywood to be a part of the studio audience, well, now it doesn't matter. If you're in Oklahoma, Georgia, Texas, New Jersey, or anywhere else in the world, now you can be a part of our virtual audience.
All you need is a computer and an internet connection. Go to drphil.com and click on Be Part of the Audience for more information.
That's right. Hope to see you soon.
Heather says when people see or hear Colin's outburst, they're shocked, but she has no reaction because it's nothing compared to what he has done to her. Take a look so we have a context.
So this how you gonna do me? Really? I get home to this? Look at my house! I hope one of y'all are watching this and you spread the word back to her. One of y'all come over here again, you ain't gonna be leaving, I promise you that.
I don't give a what you want.
You are a lazy
Shut the up.
You?
Shut the up.
Hey, you're a coward because you know what I'm about to do and you don't want to be responsible. You're a worthless bitch. I hate you.
What are you feeling when you're saying those kind of things?
Just rage. Pain.
And what's the pain you're feeling?
Just something deep down inside of me, just hurting. Like, I don't know exactly. Just hurting. I don't know from what, but I just get angry.
And have you done anything to try and deal with that?
Yeah, I've been seeing therapists and whatnot for a few years. Even when I was a child, I was. Tried medication a little bit, didn't really get far with that. And there was a time not too long ago where it was all coming together and it was all doing me a lot of good. The most it's ever done. I was happy. I was calm. I was in control.
But that didn't last.
No, I took a trip back to where I grew up, and some things happened all the way there. And after I got there, and that was the one time that I had left her for a couple months. I broke up with her, or whatever you want to call it.
What happened Thanksgiving of 2016?
We were in the car. We got into an argument, and he was speeding, and I wanted to get out of the car. He wouldn't let me out of the car, and we're screaming at each other, and he grabbed my face, and he bit it.
He grabbed your face and bit your face? Yeah, when you say speeding in the car, what do you mean?
He was just driving a lot faster than he was supposed to. When he gets angry, he speeds.
Do you recall that?
I do, but I recall it being a little different. I recall getting punched and slapped in the face repeatedly, nonstop, and yelling at her to stop, and she wouldn't. So I locked the brakes up right there in the road and grabbed her, and I pulled her to me, and for some reason, I bit her on the damn face.
And what?
I bit her, like her cheek.
Why'd you bite her?
I don't know.
I mean, why'd you even think of it?
Because I wasn't gonna hit her. So that I don't know why I did it. I still don't know.
How was the trip here?
It sucked.
It was a nightmare. I no longer felt like I was safe. I didn't want to be in the car with him.
And we're out of time today, but here's a sneak peek at tomorrow's shocking conclusion.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil.
This is a toxic, dangerous relationship.
I hate you.
Despair.
I don't think anybody else is gonna want me.
Danger.
The only way out, if you think you can do this by yourself, is in a body bag.
You're gonna hurt her and ruin your life.
Will their toxic love survive?
I want to go on record right now. You're in danger. You need to move on, or you're going to wind up in prison.
That's tomorrow.
You do not want to miss that. Jennifer says they nearly didn't make it to Los Angeles, and you will not believe why. Plus, I'll sit down with Colin and Heather separately because I think this relationship is extremely dangerous for both of them. They both say they want to make this relationship work, but is it already too far gone, and is it too dangerous to continue? I'll tell Heather and Colin exactly what I think they need to do the moment we stop filming. Find out if they take my advice. You're absolutely not going to want to miss what happened after Colin, Heather, and Jennifer left our conversation. All that and more tomorrow. I want to thank my guests today. For more information about today's show, log on to drphil.com. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and don't forget to subscribe to Robin's podcast, I've Got a Secret. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.